How long is your attention span? 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 minutes? Have I lost you already? We live in a world where all focus is on how to grab someone's attention. Information is often presented in clear, bite-sized chunks. Lists are a favourite, seemingly practical, seemingly easy to digest. But are they? I call them the fast food of information. Bright, appealing, convenient, easy to grab. But if you've already listened to my podcast, Knowledge and the Fat Issue, Are We Becoming Intellectually Obese?, you'll know that this strategy is not designed to flatter the planet's intellectual waistline. At a time when we need everything fast and everything now, how can you design your learning so instead of it feeling like extra baggage, it actually starts working for you? Welcome to the Hidden Secrets of Learning podcast. My name is Ruth Zannis and I've been working in learning and education for over 15 years. From day one in the classroom, I knew something was seriously wrong with our learning systems, and I set out to discover and develop better, more effective ways for adults like yourself to learn, process and assimilate knowledge. Each episode I will be sharing with you a secret behind real learning, understanding how we actually learn, the science of learning and the psychology of adult learning behaviour. And if you're lucky, you may even get to experience some of it for yourself. So subscribe and stay tuned. Today's episode is called Learn Smarter, Not Harder, Making Knowledge Work for Us. We're talking a maximum return on investment on the effort you put into your learning. So, if learning is on your agenda and you want to do it in the most effective way possible, stay tuned and keep listening. Building a business is all about learning, and quite simply, if we don't learn, we don't grow. And we need to learn fast because everything keeps changing so quickly. However, just as fast food is no longer a viable solution in the long term of our health, fast learning solutions are not always giving us what we actually need. The thing is, in such an attention-challenged environment, how do we design and deliver learning programs that not only reach the target, but also produce effective results? And is it always about speed? I'm going to avoid going down the path of lists. I'm also going to avoid giving you the generic ideas you hear over and over again that might tell you what to do but not necessarily the why behind it. No, instead I'm going to take you somewhere different. Today, let's go dark. I want to share with you some of the dark secrets of learning, some of the deep secrets of learning, some of the hidden secrets of learning. We will be going behind the scenes of learning, discover how to learn smarter without actually having to learn harder, and taking a sneak peek at how we actually learn inside our heads. Learning is often described, among other things, as the acquisition of knowledge. We can look at our brains as the recipient of that knowledge, like a vast warehouse storing that knowledge. In real life, for a warehouse to work, it has to be organized, and for many of the largest warehouses, they have highly sophisticated systems to pinpoint exactly where everything is and make it easily retrievable. The question is, in our brain, is our incoming knowledge automatically organized into easily retrievable compartments? The simple answer is no. I mean, think about how often you forget things you were supposed to remember. And part of the reason is because of the way we learned something in the first place. More about that in a moment, don't forget. Now, coming back to the notion of a warehouse, at times cramming knowledge, particularly the night before an exam, and indiscriminate learning can be similar to filling that warehouse with no attention to where anything goes. True, you've learnt it and you possibly even remember learning it, but remembering exactly what you learnt when you need it can be no different to looking for a needle in the haystack. You see, besides being a warehouse, the brain is also a powerhouse, and it constantly needs energy. However, because of that expenditure, it also looks for ways to save energy. What does that mean exactly? We all know that the brain is full of connections, and each new thing we learn creates a new connection. Some of those connections are very strong, others aren't. Pretty much the difference between a well-travelled highway and an overgrown forest trail. When it comes to learning something new and creating a new connection, the brain will usually hit default and create it as a forest trail. If we use that information regularly, that path will get used and get clearer and bigger, and over time the brain will upgrade it. But that takes time and persistent use and repetition. Now comes the magic part. Either we can let the brain run on automatic, or we can short-circuit things. After all, consistently having to turn trails into highways is hard work. So what's the secret? It's very simple. One word. I like things which come in ones. And that word is association. When it comes to improving your memory, it is often recommended to associate what you need to memorize with something else, to make a connection. The same is true when learning. Connecting your new knowledge with something you already know is similar to labeling it and telling your brain that those two things go together. Recalling one of those things may stimulate recollection of the other. After all, they have been classified together. And they have been stored together, as essentially through your choice of learning process, you have let your brain know that those things go together. And it doesn't stop there. Improved recall is not the only advantage of learning through association. Now let's take a look at something really cool. Imagine you are learning a brand new process with 10 distinct steps. At least that is how it's being presented to you. Now, if you want to learn through association, as you listen to the new information being presented, you should already be scanning what you already know to see if you have already learned something vaguely similar. Chances are you have. And here's the fun bit. Align the new process you're being taught with the information or process you have just recalled. And today's your lucky day because you notice that despite the processes being for 2 different sectors or systems, they both share 8 out of 10 steps. What does this mean? It means you can reduce your learning process and learning time by possibly up to 80%. Instead of memorizing each of the 10 new steps as if they are all brand new, you realize you've already learned 8 of them through your previous knowledge. So, by making this association, all you need to learn now is 3 things. That it is the same as the other processes you know, and that, for example, steps 6 and 9 are different. And how so? Not only have you reduced your learning time and labelled the process for more rapid recall, you have also demonstrated that you understand what you have learned and made it ready for immediate implementation. How cool is that? After all, why learn something as brand new when in fact you have already learned something similar once, if not many times previously? This will streamline your knowledge, making it compact, accessible, and most importantly, ready to use. It's time to learn smarter, not harder. For more information about the science of learning or to get in touch about collaboration on your learning projects, go to www.ruthzannis.co. That's www.ruthzannis.co. To receive behind-the-scenes updates and join the daily discussion, follow me on Instagram @RuthZannis.